I think we're live. Welcome and shalom on this Saturday evening, last day of the week. And we are ending the week with open chat. And I couldn't get the title to work, but it's supposed to say open chat. Ending the week with open chat. That's my notification. It's supposed to say ending the week with open chat and plans for this week. But it didn't turn out like that. So anyway, I'll fix that later. So, anyway, I hope you all had a wonderful Saturday. It was a Sabbath rest for me, and that's what I did. I rested. And then I got up and I rested some more. That's what I did. It was a lazy day, too. It's cold, rainy, nasty, and good day for a Sabbath rest. So, it seems like a week ago it was 80-something degrees. A week ago yesterday. Anyway, cold and rainy and nasty and snowy and icy and gross. So it was just a nice restful day for me and the doggies and the cats. Oh, Caleb thinks that he has to come over and say something because I said doggies. Let's say hi, everybody. Hi. Hi, you're going to say hi to everybody. All right. So tonight, that's all we're doing tonight. I was thinking about no. All right, dogs are getting all crazy on me. I shouldn't even brought them up. The shark is circling me like sharks. Yeah, I shouldn't even brought them up. Anyway, I was gonna do an open. I was thinking about doing a short study tonight. That's what I thought about last night, but I just too tired to put anything together. And anyway, I just relaxed today, so I'm just gonna have an open chat, kind of a short one. Hey. And hopefully start a new book tomorrow, and I'm going to talk about that too tonight. So as you know, we've been going through the prophets. First we went through Isaiah, and then we went through Daniel. We're starting with the major prophets. No, you guys, nobody's going anywhere or doing anything. And you too. That's you too. Oh yeah. We're just gonna sit down and relax now. Tired of relaxing today. Anyway, so we're going to start with like the 5 major prophets, I guess, the bigger ones. Which is, oh, you want to guess? Yeah, it is. Let's see. Daniel, which we did. Isaiah, which we did. Ezekiel, I can't remember. Let me see who there. Jeremiah, what did I just say? Lamentations, Jeremiah, Ezekiel. Did I say Ezekiel? And excuse me. Who am I missing? Isaiah, which we did. Daniel, we did. Ezekiel, we did. Jeremiah and Lamentations. I guess that is the 5. Anyway, felt like I was missing something. Yes, I just sneezed. All right, everybody, lay down. Lay down. Good lay. We're not doing that. So anyway, so what do we got left? We did Isaiah and Daniel. So we have Jeremiah, Ezekiel, and Lamentations, which is, Lamentations is Jeremiah. Come on, guys. All right. No, they're not. Did you hear that? They are getting grumpy now. That was the sound of not satisfied. What is it? your annoyed sound that you're annoyed with me. Anyway, so that's the plan. Let me see if I can get it up. I want on the well. Can I get the pictures up? Maybe. Well, anyway, I'll read it first, and then I'll get up the pictures up. The 5 books of the major prophets. Here it is: Isaiah, Jeremiah, Lamentations, Ezekiel, and Daniel. Cover a significant time span and present a wide array of messages. So, let me see if I can get the picture up. To me, pictures are much easier. All right. Prophets. It's funny. One of them's got a pyramid. Oh, here it is. Okay. Well, you might as well say there's 4. Because, Jeremiah wrote Lamentations. So really there's 4. Technically. All right. Okay, so yeah. Actually, I'm going to put this on a holder so you guys can see. All right. If this thing will hang in there for me. Let's see if I can do this. Oops. Hey-oh. There it is. All right. That'll work. Now it's kind of blue, isn't it? Actually, if I had a book, I do. If it's in reach, stick my Bible underneath here, it might help. Let's get the color back into reality. There we go. All right, prophet and prophet. So that's what we're going to be. That's kind of our project, Ben. What we've gone through a lot. We went through the laws of Moses, you might call it. It's first 5 books of the Bible, which is Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy. So you got the 5 books we went through. Those are the laws. And then now Jesus said he hangs his hat on, well, so many words. He says he hangs his hat on the laws and the prophets, right? So we read the Gospels, all 4 Gospels, studied them, not just read them, but deep dive studied them. So the 4 Gospels, then and then Jesus said, look at the law. He's not come to do away with the laws and the prophets. That's what he banks on. So when we looked at the laws, the 5 books of Moses, we studied that deep dive. And now we're into the prophets. So we've done Isaiah and Daniel so far. So next will be Jeremiah and Ezekiel. And then there's the minor prophets too. So up on the board here, as you can see, you got prophet. What is a prophet? This is actually a kid's Bible fun for kids. My head's plugged up from napping earlier. All right. So prophet, messenger for God, preacher and motivator for God, taught the people, wrote God's prophecies, prophesied the future. I think it's kind of funny that they shaped this into a pyramid. I'm not sure it was really necessary to make it into a pyramid. You know what I'm saying? They must be asleep or something. Who knows? Anyway, so God speaks. He told the prophets. Then the prophets told the people. And then the prophecy happened. See, unlike what happens on YouTube, where they just speak out their rear end and nothing happens. Much different than we have here, isn't it? Oh, and over here we had the prophets, major versus minor. So major, the one it goes according to how much they contribute, the length of the writing. So they're they're designated according to the length of the writings. Does not imply their faith, obedience, or what they did more or less important, because they are as major minors. So I mean, they're all important, but the major ones usually refers to the ones who spoke the most. Pull that one up. I can't zoom in on this, so I gotta like push it up there. There we go. All right, and there they are. You know what I could have done? Wait a minute. Wait just a second. Take a minute. Pull this all the way back, and then you know what? There we go. One way to do things, huh? I don't like saying skin a cat because it's gross. Anyway, more than one way to do stuff. So anyway, so here you go. You got Isaiah. Oh dang! You know what? When you blow it up too much, can't read it. Gotta. Hold on a second. Let me try to get the original. Let's see if I can get the original up here. Oh, wait a minute. There's a way to do this. If you pull it up in the side first and wait for a second, it clears up, and then put it into the open the image in another page, and bam, look what you got. I'm going to show you. Look, it just cleared up the writing, so I can read it now. That's a little trick I learned. Well, I could show you in case you want to do it. See how blurry that is? You can't read it. So what I do, instead of taking the image right off of here, like off one of these things, what you do is click on it and open it so it comes up big like this. And then just wait for a minute. Here, in fact, I'll do it in live time just in case anybody wants to know. So a lot of times when you pull these images, like here, if I can back up. Can I back up or no? So, if you pull up something on Google Images and you got pictures like this, well, they're all kind of blurry. If you look close, they're all blurry. All right. So now if I open this in another tab, it's going to be blurry just like this. And then when I blow it up, it's even more blurry, so you can't even read it. So what I do, a trick I learned just by doing stuff. So I take this picture here because it's too blurry, I can't read it. I could show you. It's right up close. See how it's too blurry, you can't read it? Now if I open up, it's just going to get worse. So what I do is first is click on this, click on the picture, and it'll come up. Am I backed up here? And then it will come up like this on this big picture over here. And then you wait a second, and then all of a sudden it goes from blurry to clear. Like after it loads, it goes from blurry to clear. See how clear it is now? Compared to taking it straight off of there. If you load it up here first, let it load, it clears up. Then you, I can't see. Then you open the image in a new tab, which should be this one. And now you got clear writing. I learned that along the way. So, all right. So let's go over the 4 major prophets. And these are the ones that we're going to be focusing on. Well, we have been. So we've already read Isaiah. That was the first book we read. Then we read Daniel. Next, we're going to read Ezekiel. Ezekiel's very interesting too. They're all really kind of interesting. Babylon was Daniel was very interesting. But anyway, Ezekiel, is going to be next. So, and then the last we're going to do is Jeremiah. Jeremiah is a long book. It's way over 50 verses, I should see. Jeremiah is going to take a long time, but let's see. All right. Trying to get the sound off so it doesn't start blasting. All right. Let me look that up. Now, looking up chapters could be deceptive because some books can have short chapters. You know what I'm saying? Let me see. How many chapters is the book of Jeremiah? 52, I think. I know it's over 50 because 51 is the prophecy of the destruction. Let's see here. What's the main message? No, it just doesn't answer my questions. Huh. I think there's 52. I have my Bible note. Now it's underneath my stand here. So, what's the longest chapter in the book of Jeremiah? 45. Huh. 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 Yeah, I could do. Let me shut this off. Well, no, we're gonna keep going on this because I'm gonna finish this up and then that's all I'm really doing is plans for this week. Nothing else. Let me think. All right, so anyway, we'll just go over these. And then I'm going to open up another tab. Isaiah. And happy Saturday night to everybody. Or if you're listening on the replay on a different day, happy day to you, whatever it is. They buried that police officer today that was killed a week ago today. That's sad. It was 2 police were shot. All right. Anyway. All right, where are we at here? Isaiah, which we already read. Major prophet to southern kingdom. The earth is full of God's glory. Here I am, send me. Prophesied Jesus coming, well, according to Christian interpretation. And some names of Jesus are listed. Now, I would like to look at that in Isaiah 9:6. Because remember, they weren't talking about Jesus, they were talking about I think that's the one where they're talking about Emmanuel. But the manual, the New Testament is, I should look it up. Isaiah 9:6. I'm going to do it right now. I'm just curious. But I know when they prophesied Emmanuel, they were actually talking about somebody's son. Whose is it? And then they spelled Emmanuel wrong. They spelled with an E instead of an I. Isaiah 9:6. I gotta look at this. Isaiah 9:6 is a prophecy about a future child who would bear the government on his shoulders and be called by titles that could only rightfully be attributed to God. For us, a child is born. Government will be on his children. That's funny. They leave that part out. You know, in the Christmas plays, they always say, they quote this part: "For to us a child is born, to us a son is given." And then they leave this last part out, and the government will be on his shoulders. Well, actually, they were kind of on Jesus' shoulders, weren't they? Well, because Jesus was making a rebelling against the government and the leadership. I thought it said it was a list of names. Oh, here. And he will be called Wonderful Counselor. I don't remember nobody calling Jesus Wonderful Counselor. All right, here. So this is what the future person will become. And I'm pretty sure this is this Isaiah's son? I don't know, it's somebody's kid. All right. The government will be on his shoulders. He'll be called he'll be called Wonderful Counselor, Mighty God, Everlasting Father, and Prince of Peace. Was Jesus called any of those four? Anyway, that's kind of funny because, yeah, right. It's misleading if you don't look that up and look for yourself. Anyway, and we got Jeremiah, Ezekiel, Daniel. Now this is, I'm going to leave this one for last. I should have done it first. This really is a long book. Like I said, it's over 50 chapters. I remember Daniel was only 12 chapters. I don't know how long each one is, but still, it is the longest book. I think, yeah, it is. It's the longest book in the Bible. It is the longest book in the Bible. That's why I'm avoiding it. Hold on a second. You know what I can do? Oops. I'm going to do something. Just reading time alone. I'm going to figure this out. So if you go to, I'm on my phone now. And I'm on YouTube. Now, if I go to Book of Daniel, King James Version audio, we'll see how long it takes to read. All right. So, hour and 20 minutes. Hour and 12, other version. Oh, an hour and 2 minutes. That one went fast. Oh, no. Wrong one. We're not doing Daniel. I was going to say it should be a lot longer than that. I'm sorry. It wasn't. It should have been Jeremiah. I was going to say, well, that's not bad. 50 chapters in an hour? Can do. No, I got it wrong. It should have been the book of Jeremiah. It's going to be like 3 hours, 2.5 or 3 hours. Book of Jeremiah, King James Version audio. There you go. About 3 hours. Ooh, longer than that. Almost 5 hours of pure reading. Woo, 4.5 hours. 4 hours and 49 minutes. The shortest one is 4 hours and 14 minutes. But anyway, he must read fast. Let's see how fast he goes. I don't have the thing on. Huh. Okay, so you're talking.
The son of Hilkiah of the priests that were in Anathoth in the land of Benjamin, to whom the word of the Lord came.
Right, pretty moves very long. All right. Oh, actually, here's one for 3 hours and 43 minutes. The Holy Bible, Jeremiah, King James Version audio. That's the one I usually. They used to call it something else. Now it's called Beloved Davida. It's got a picture of a lady on it. Looks like the same channel though. Anyway, Jeremiah, 3 hours and 43 minutes. So we're talking a good 4 hours of just reading. So yeah, that's gonna take a while. But anyway, well, I should have, while I was there, I should have looked up because we're doing Ezekiel next and then Jeremiah. Let's look it up. Let's see how long Ezekiel is gonna take. Book. Oops. Jeremiah. Okay. Let's see how long a book of Ezekiel takes. Just to read. Oops. Ezekiel. All right. So that shouldn't be as long. Oh, it's still not short. That one is still 4 hours long. That is weird. Because Jeremiah is supposed to be the longest book in the Bible. But this one actually takes longer to read. How does that work? Ezekiel's 4 hours. In fact, I'll show you. Well, this one's kind of smashed up. Oops. That's my dog underneath me. I don't know if you can see it. Anyway, 3 hours and 54 minutes and 50 seconds. Anyway, so either 4 hours or 3:55. Either way, it's 4 hours. Huh. Wow. All right. So actually, we got the two longest prophets left. I knew Daniel would be the shortest. That was going to be the easiest one. Anyway, well, looks like yeah, both of them are going to be long. So you divide that into 4 hours, 15. There's 1, 15, 30, 45, 2. Wow, that's going to be like a month if we go 15 minutes of straight reading. It's still going to be a month. Anyway, it looks like we're not going to finish anytime soon on that, but we're not really in a hurry. That's what we're going to be doing. So anyway, so tomorrow night we will start Ezekiel. Tomorrow night, Ezekiel. Ezekiel is kind of interesting. That's the dry bones. It's got a little bit of the resurrection in there, the dry bones. Ezekiel, dry bones. So that's kind of interesting book. What is it? How many chapters is that? 20 something. Anyway, so that's a plan, Stan. That's all I wanted to do for tonight. Like I said, I put nothing together. I'm just getting done with the Sabbath, and I definitely rested. So anyway, I'm gonna get back to work here, do my after Sabbath chores. Let's see if I can find it real quick. All right, book. And one more time. Let's see how many hours of reading as Ezekiel, because that's what we're gonna start tomorrow. Ezekiel. Mistyped. All right. Yeah, that's a good 4 hours. So anyway, but it is an interesting book, and Jeremiah is too. I mean, they all got prophecy in it. Whether you believe it or not, whether it's been fulfilled or not, whether it will ever be fulfilled, it is all interesting. Has it been fulfilled? This has been thousands of years. So anyway, if it hasn't, I don't know what will happen in your lifetime or mine. I don't know. I wouldn't hold my breath, but it is interesting. All right. Otherwise, it's probably all I'm gonna do. Hey, Grace. I was just how you? I hope you had a wonderful Sabbath. I was just going over this week. Yes, I did have a good Sabbath. I rested. I mean, what a cold, nasty day. So I rested, and I rested some more, and we ate, and we rested some more. So me and the doggies had a great Sabbath, and the cats. So yeah, that's all I did was rest. I didn't do any studying, didn't do anything. We just hung out. Didn't do too much of anything. So yeah, I'm just going over the plans for this week. How was your Sabbath? I trust you had a good Sabbath. Isn't this weather cold and nasty? Just makes me want to sleep. But anyway, I had plenty of rest today. I cannot complain. Nothing better than hibernation. Yeah, I totally hibernated today, man. Dogs did too. Normally they're out playing all day, but I said they like sleeping too. So yeah, it's cold and it's supposed to get better this week. It's supposed to be in the 50s, I think, which is gonna seem warm. But anyway, so tomorrow we're starting Ezekiel. We got the two longest books left, we've got Ezekiel for as far as major prophets. We've got Ezekiel left and Jeremiah. Both of them are. I mean, this one don't have as many chapters, but both of these take 4 hours. Both of these take 4 hours to do of just pure reading. So anyway, tomorrow we're going to be starting Ezekiel, which I accidentally started the first time. Anyway, so how was your day? But I will tell you, all of our snow melted again. All of our snow has melted for the most part. We got a couple little piles, but it had just snowed the last several days again. So we had another covering again. And but that all melted, so that's good. Yeah, it was cold and gross, nasty out. I almost went out for a walk, but I thought, nah. In fact, I got my big boots on, waterproof boots, because it is really wet. There's puddles, there's water everywhere. The grass is soaked. But I got my boots out, and then I thought, no, I don't even want to go out. Anyway, no, I couldn't even go out for a walk today. It was so gross. Anyway, I was gonna, but I did walk out to the mailbox. That's kind of a hike. That's about 500 feet. I don't know. About a football field out there and a football field back. Anyway, so I did do that. We have a bunch of trees down. That one was pretty strong. Oh, do you really? Huh. When was that? Yesterday wind or today? Because I don't think it's really windy here. I tell you yesterday it was kind of windy. My trees are swaying. It makes me very nervous. Because I see those gigantic pine trees, which I have right outside my house. I see those a lot of times tipped over and the roots come right out of the ground. The roots are barely at the surface, you know what I mean? So anyway, I get a little nervous when those start swaying. I don't want them hitting my house. But yeah. Yeah, because sometimes it gets so windy it feels like a tornado. What do they call them? Straight line winds. Those can be just like a tornado, do just as much damage. You can make up for it. Stretch during your next trip to the shitties. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. I don't know when the next time I'm going down. It'll probably be a couple weeks. I just got a gallon of paint when I went to that funeral. It was right down the road from the Walmart that my first house I ever bought was in Vadnais Heights, right by North Oak. So I got the paint, and I'm after I get off here, I'm gonna continue to paint. I'm gonna resume painting now that Sabbath is over. So anyway, I might be up real late, getting her done. I don't know. I'm stoked, excited about it. Double time, make the trip twice. Yes. Grace, it would be the equivalent of what he does. Can you imagine me getting up at 3 a.m, leaving, driving down to the cities to eat breakfast, and then going to the most expensive store like Byerly's or Lund's to buy, to pay $75 for $30 worth of food, and then go out for lunch, Panera or Applebee's, and then go and drive all the way back, go to the car wash, and then go home, and it's about 10 hours. That's 10 hours a day he spends. 10 hours a day. Yeah, can you imagine? Heck no. Only an idiot would do that. Nope, I'm much wiser. I plan things, and I'm careful with money. When I go down to the cities, I have usually several things. Yeah, Pan era, exactly. Pan. Yep, the demon Pan. Yeah, that one was around when Jesus was at the gates of hell. That's Pan was one of them they were worshiping there. Yeah, and he's in Pan era. Yeah. Well, I just saw something. Yeah, the definition here. I'm going to shut this off. I'm going to. It's so weird. I was searching some things today. Let's see. The definition. Pan era. I bet. Um, oh, where is it? It was not the definition of religion, but if you broke up the real word religion, it's something like I'll have to find it. Yeah, I accidentally stumbled on something. I didn't mark it, so I'll have to go through and look at it. What is a pagan god? Definition of religion. What is a pagan religion? What does having a pagan religion mean? Paganism can be equated by Christians with a sense of Hinduism, representing those who are sensual, materialistic, self-indulgent, unconcerned with the future, and uninterested in more mainstream religions. That is funny. You know, it's weird how Christianity like condemns people. It condemns people. Oh, look at this! I gotta show you this. Christianity condemns people. Here, I gotta show you this. Yeah, look at this. I just clicked on this. These are questions. Is Christmas a pagan religion? No, Christmas isn't a pagan holiday. But there are elements of the holiday that can be linked to paganism. But no, not at all. No. What holidays are actually pagan? Well, let's find out. I love looking at these. 7 pagan festival. Look at that. The one above it says no, it's not pagan, and this one says here's your top 7 pagan festivals we still celebrate today: Christmas, New Year's Day, Easter, Roman version of Halloween, May 1st, Labor Day, Epiphany or Three Kings Day. What day is that? Have we been missing out on Epiphany Day? St. John's Eve. What the heck is that? I think we missed a couple. Where they dropped the ball on us? We didn't get that. All right. Is Halloween a pagan holiday? No. Just kidding. They said, yeah, that is. It's pronounced. Okay, they're going to cop to the Halloween. But no, Christmas is not. Propaganda. Pro-pagan. Duh. Yeah. Pro-pagan. Duh. What date was Jesus actually born? Did anybody know what birthday he has? Yeah, let's talk about it. Huh. Yeah, they're staying away. They're guessing at the year, not the day. Yeah, I don't want to tip you off on that. What's the pagan meaning of the 12 days of Christmas? Oh, Christmas isn't pagan. Just the 12 days are. Yule was the festival holiday, yeah. Is St. Patrick's Day a pagan holiday? It used to be, but it's not anymore. It was previously a pagan holiday, but yeah, it's fine now though. They nailed it to the cross, so St. Patrick's Day was nailed to the cross, so now it's just fine. You can celebrate that. Why is St. Valentine's Day a pagan holiday? Oops. It's an effort to Christianize Lupercalia. Is Easter pagan? Well, it turns out Easter actually began as a pagan festival, but now it's not. Now it's just fine. That was nailed to the cross too, turns out. What does the Bible say about Christmas? And the angel said to them, "Do not be afraid. I bring you good news that will cause joy for all people." This sounds like a Christmas play. Is that really in the Bible? Today in the town of David, a Savior has been born to you. He is the Messiah, the Lord. You know what? There's one trait about the Messiah that is really amazing. You know what it is? The one thing about the Messiah is that nobody's going to ask or wonder if he's the Messiah. Everybody's going to know he's the Messiah. So, what went wrong in the New Testament? Because in the Old Testament, it says everybody is going to know who the Messiah is. There's not going to be any question. So how come nobody knows about them? You know what I mean? Something's not adding up. Hey, Kat, quit tripping over my stuff. Better find out we need more holiday stuff. Yeah. What did we miss out on? What days it? Hold on. Where's that one that we missed out on? St. John's Eve? I don't know what that is. I gotta find out. St. John's Eve. John the Baptist or Apostle John? Or Disciple John? The Druids were nailing people to the cross long before anyone else was. They find a tree with outstretched arms to use as a place for their sacrifice. Oh, wow. That's interesting, Grace. Oh, JL is live. I wonder if he's back with wifey, pretendy wifey. With his, Hold on a second. That's got. When is St. John's Eve? Friday, June 23rd. Oh, Grace, we missed it. Well, we'll catch it this year. What happens on St. John's Eve? St. John's Eve is the eve of celebration before the feast of St. John the Baptist. Yeah, it was the Baptist. The feast coincides with the June solstice. Well, there you go. Oh, I get it. It's the first day of summer or whatever. St. John's Eve. Okay, well, I never celebrated that, so I must be in the clear. When is Epiphany or Three Kings Day? Saturday, January 6th. What is it? Are Epiphany and the Three Kings Day the same? The name Epiphany comes from the Greek epipania, meaning appearance or manifestation, refers to the manifestation of Jesus Christ to the world. The holiday is also called the Feast of Epiphany, Theophany, or the Three Kings Day. It's on January 6th. Isn't that Elvis's birthday? Was he born January 6th? I worked with one of my best friends I ever had. Her name was Shannon, and we worked together at the doctor's office for many years, 13 years together. And we went to Las Vegas when I got divorced. She's just my best friend. But anyway, she was such an Elvis fanatic. I mean, crazy about Elvis. So that's how. January 8th? Maybe it was. No, we got to find out. She had Elvis everything. Lamps, you name it. When is Elvis's birthday? I don't even have to give us
Elvis Presley was born on January 8th,
oh, you're right.
1935.
All right. So Epiphany, Three Kings Day, I guess it's not. One of the kings is not Elvis. One of the kings is not Elvis. Although he is going to shoot through the Space Needle and hover over Seattle in a catastrophic event. You notice he changed the story on that? He's not hovering over Seattle anymore or shooting through the Space Needle. Now it's just going to be a catastrophic event. Wait a minute. The Druids were nailing people to the cross, huh? Back to the honeymoon. That's right, because he doesn't like being homeless. So maybe he'll shut his big mouth now and appreciate what he's got. For 5 minutes, anyway. At least get his foot back in the door. At least shut your mouth long enough to get your foot back in there, all right? Might be harder for him to throw you out next time. All right. I'm so looking forward to Elvis shooting through the space needle. Yeah, but now the plans have changed. Now it's just, I want to call in and ask him that. For years you said Elvis was going to shoot through the space needle and hover over Seattle in a catastrophic event. And now you're just saying it's a catastrophic event. So what happened to the part about Elvis shooting through the space needle? Is that no longer valid, or were you given a revelation of some type that God told you to scratch that part, or what would happen? One of the kings has to be Michael Jackson. It probably is. He's a king of pop. Elvis was a king of rock. And then, of course, you got Aretha Franklin. She was a queen of soul. And so maybe she's involved somehow. I'm sure someday in the future there'll be holidays for worshiping the dead celebrities. Well, they kind of already do. Look at it with No More Elvis. Has he left the building again? Yeah, no, and now he left the Space Needle. Yep. He has left the Space Needle. Yeah. Very disappointed. He promised. I mean, he promised for years. Memorial Day? Yeah. Is that a pagan? No, that's they're kind of one is kind of a remembrance of the dead, but it is kind of honoring the people, the soldiers who died, right? Is it for soldiers or is it for everybody? Just soldiers, I think. Well, Veterans Day is November 11th, 11/11. Anyway, so I'm gonna probably get off of here, you guys. I have plenty of rest, so I got energy now. Yeah. What is Memorial Day?
According to Wikipedia, Memorial Day is a federal holiday in the United States for honoring and mourning the U.S. military personnel who have died while serving in the United States Armed Forces.
All right, it's just for the soldiers. That's when they put all the flags out on the graves, some tiny little flags. Anyway, so that's what that is. Veterans Day is just veterans. You don't have to be dead for that. The Memorial Day, you do have to be dead. Memorial Day dates back to the Romans somewhere like really? Well, do you notice the word soldier has the word die in the middle of it? SOLDIER. So it is soul dyer. Here, I'm sure. So it's like a soul killer. Soul dyer. Soul killer. Yeah, it has the word die right in it. Sold dyer. The soul dyer. Has the word die in it. Everything, all roads lead back to Rome, don't they, Grace? Everything leads back to Rome, doesn't it? So it would be interesting to look this up in the Greek. You know what I'm saying? Soldier. Yes, because it has soul dyer. Soldier. Huh. This is weird. Look at where it comes from. A wingless cast of ant or termite with a large, specifically modified head and jaws involved chiefly in defense. Isn't that weird? It sounds like a person with wearing a helmet in charge of defense. A wingless cast of ant or termite with a large, specifically modified head, which is a helmet, and jaws, involved chiefly in defense. That is weird. That's what that's where the word comes from. Soldier. Wow. That's what they're telling you it comes from. Interesting. Yeah. Yeah, so if the things that lead back to mandibles, yeah, jawbones. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Maybe some night we should use the that translator again. Remember, somebody told everybody that it was a witchcraft calendar or calculator. What was it? It was witchcraft because we were looking up the Greek meanings for different words. Because, I mean, the Romans are the ones that, they invented everything, the calendar, the English language, all that. So I would look back to the Greek for the origins of certain things, especially in English. But somebody accused us of using witchcraft because we had the it was a Greek to English calculator, or a Greek to English translator. And so you can just start typing in an English word, and in Greek it will start bringing up the different meanings for the parts of the word. Yeah, that's witchcraft and sorcery. No, it wasn't. It was, we were looking up the Greek roots of certain words, and we should do that sometime. Witchcraft and sorcery. She went and told everybody it's witchcraft or something. I don't know. We've had some real doozies stop by here. Anyway. All right, well, I'm going to sign off of here. So the Memorial Day has been observed for 155 years. It hasn't always been around. Weird. It's not always been around here in the United States. It's only 155 years. Well, I know Memorial Day weekend is the weekend that I get to plant my garden. Yeah. It was fun and quite informative. It is fun to go through that. Maybe we'll do that tomorrow. I don't know. Either Sunday or Monday we're going to start on Ezekiel. Both are such long books. Anyway, oh yeah, we should do that again sometime. Looking up the root meaning, the root words, the roots of meanings of words in the English language is very interesting, because just like that MAGA, Make America Great Again. You know what's weird? I tell you, it's really weird. I just remembered when I was napping earlier, I dreamt I had a red Make America Great Again hat on. What the heck? And I was driving, and people were wondering who I was because I don't wear hats. And so they didn't think it was me. And I think they don't think it's me because I'm wearing this weird hat. Anyway, that was a weird dream. Just remembered it. Am I going to become a Republican? Just kidding. I've never been involved in politics in my life, and nor will I ever be. So I just meant that, yeah, MAGA, glove, mask, hand, sanitizer. We dug into deep that night. Yeah, we did more than one night too. But yeah, MAGA is the highest sorcery witchcraft. It's like the highest position in witchcraft or something like that. It's like, anyway, it was fun, and we should do that again sometimes. It's like, whoa, actually all the words that were coming up during that time, you know, all these and a lot of new words too, or things that were just like front and center. We're looking them up like, whoa, it's almost everything pointed right back to witchcraft. I mean, and then there's also that picture of Trump and Melania and the people from the Middle East all putting their hands on that crystal ball, and then he comes out and says it's like a big spell has been cast on the world. A big spell has been cast on the world. Oh, that's weird. When they were just casting a spell. We got pictures of it. Anyway, yeah. Anyway, all right. Well, I'm going to sign off and get going on some stuff, I think. And I hope Brandon likes the videos I've been doing for him. He's been crying for attention. So, him and Mark. So, I probably also have a few more of those coming out. Actually, some little bit shorter ones. I'm planning on some short ones. A few short ones. I'll just leave it at that. All right. So, Heavenly Father, thank you for gathering us once again. We thank you for all of our blessings. We thank you for the Sabbath rest. Always a delight. We thank you for all of our blessings today, every day. Amen. We should do it again. Should pull up some things like eclipse. Yeah, some more relevant things that are happening now again. I mean, yeah, so like eclipse. Some people are teaching there's only 2 eclipses. No, we have an average of 4 to 6 eclipses a year. Yeah. And the moon is on a 19-year cycle, so they know when the eclipses are going to happen. That's why it's on the calendar. It's like clockwork, you know what I mean? So it's not hard to predict or say when the eclipses are coming, because it's like a Swiss watch. It runs perfectly on time. Well, thank you, Grace, for coming on in. Yeah, either tomorrow or Monday we're going to start Ezekiel, so that will be a long hike. Anyway, so, well, thanks for coming in, Grace. Thanks for coming in. Anybody else that listened, thanks for coming in and listening. And if anybody's listening on the replay, thanks for listening on the replay. And we give a shout out to all people. Yeah, it is our sky clock, and that's exactly what God said in Genesis that it is for. Well, somebody wrote it because it is true. Whether God said it or not. Pick up speed ring, yeah, yeah. But they are timepieces. The sun, the moon, and the stars were all for what? Time, keeping time. So, anyway, so shout out to everybody. Pinch, Che and his wife, Christy. I'm thinking of your list, Grace. Bud Saves, Thomas, and everybody else. Everything is written in the stars. Yeah. Yep. It certainly is. It is really cool because up here, I mean, I'm out in the middle of nowhere, and there's billions of stars. When I look up, I go out and I look up especially when Spencer was sick, I go out and just shout out to God and ask for help and pray. And I'm out in the wilderness. When I look up at the stars, there are billions. It almost makes me dizzy, gives me the spins. It's just so many. Never seen so many until you're out where I am in the wilderness out here. There's not a light. The closest town is 7.5 miles. So there's no light out here. Can't even see a foot in front of you, but the stars are amazing. That is really cool. I love that about being up here. All right. So otherwise, I will say sayonara, sign off, and hope you all have a good rest of the evening, and I hope everybody has a great day tomorrow. Grace says, have a blessed day, Pinch, Chazy and wife, Thomas, Sandra. Yeah, we need to see Sandra come on in. I see her commented on my other channel. But yeah, Blood says Elias's friend and our friend Troll. Yep, a shout out to Troll and a shout out to Michael. Yeah, I'm gonna go check on Elvis too, because very soon he's gonna be doing something. We gotta find out what Elvis is doing. All right, I love you guys. Thanks for coming in. God bless each and every one of you. Praise the Lord to God. Hallelujah and shalom. Good night, everybody, and peace.